Hello and welcome back to Life After Narc. I'm Paula, and if you're a subscriber, welcome back, and if you're new and you like this video, please subscribe. Are narcissists self-aware? In other words, do they know they're narcissists, or are they aware of what they are doing? And I am going to argue that yes, a lot of the times they are aware of what they are doing. Maybe they're not aware that they are a narcissist, and maybe some of their behaviors are habits, and they're not aware that they're repeating patterns and habits. But much of the time, they know exactly what they are doing. And what I mean by that is because they can control their behavior, because they're not doing these abusives and things in front of other people. They are controlling their behavior. They're not doing it in front of others. So they know the behavior is wrong, and they are doing it anyway. So, as Rhett Butler said to Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind, frankly, my dear, they don't give a damn, and they're going to do it anyway. They say that 99.9% of narcissists do not admit they are narcissists, but what about the self-aware, self-proclaimed narcissists? These narcissists that maybe talk about narcissism, I don't know any of them personally, but remember, they are still narcissists. So if you are still a narcissist, remember that they think they're better than others, and they view people on a hierarchy. So if you are a self-proclaimed, self-aware narcissist, it would seem to me that, first of all, narcissists think they're better than other people. So if you're a self-aware, self-proclaimed narcissist, then not only would you think you were better than other people, it seems that you would think you were better than all the other narcissists. Also, yes, you would be ranking yourselves higher than the rest of the narcissists, but that would not make you be cured of narcissism. That would just make you even more superior, I believe. That's how they would look at themselves, because us poor non-narcissist people are held back by things like empathy, morality, and ethics that would keep us from maybe rising to the upper echelons of society, because our ethics and morality and honesty would keep us from doing those types of things that would keep you from rising in this society, and they would look down upon that, I believe. So for 12 years, I was involved with marriage and family counseling and with my ex, and I was led to believe through brainwashing and gaslighting, etc., that everything was my fault, and the bar was always raised higher, and I was always jumping through hoops trying to fix the problems in the marriage, and it was all up to me to fix everything. Then something happened, and I became involved with the family courts and a social worker. And this social worker showed me the power and control wheel and brought up narcissism, and all of a sudden the tables were turned, and all of a sudden everything wasn't my fault anymore, and it was like, it's not me anymore, it's him. But instead, that led me to still think that the problem could be solved, and instead of me needing to fix me, which I thought was what needed to happen for 12 years, that we just needed to fix me, that all we needed to do was fix him, and that he was fixable. So I just thought he was fixable. We just needed to fix that narcissism and everything would be solved. So the first thing I found was some woman, I think she was from Australia, I'm not sure, but supposedly she had cured her husband of narcissism. So I used to look at her blog or watch her stuff, and yeah, supposedly she had cured her husband. And then I found a guy who had been on Oprah. It wasn't so much about narcissism, but about abusive people and how he could cure them. And he had a seminar in Maryland, and so I signed us up and we went to Maryland for 3 days. And he had a bunch of books about compassion, and the way he worked it was what he's really trying to do. The way his thing works is he's trying to teach empathy, is basically what he is trying to do. So we went to that seminar for 3 days, and we also met with him after the seminar privately for like 7 hours at like $250 an hour. Well, it kind of took for, I don't know, a few weeks maybe, because sometimes narcissists will be self-aware, but if they are, it's like very temporary. And then what they do is they revert back to blaming and shaming. It does not last. So altogether, I think we spent like $4,000. And it just doesn't work. At least that was my experience, because nothing sticks to them and they do not want to change. And my experience is that most of the time they know what they're doing. Like if they're lying to you, they know they are lying. Now, when they're lying to themselves because they're trying to blame you or blame shift, I do think they're believing their own lies because they want to absolve themselves of all guilt or responsibility. So I do think sometimes they delude themselves in that way, but I just do not think that it is curable or they can be fixed, and don't waste your time. So that was just my experience. I wanted to have hope, when I knew what it was. I wanted to think, oh, now it's fixable. But I do definitely think they have a level of awareness to what they're doing. They know what they're doing is wrong, and they just do it anyway because they want to, because of their sense of entitlement. So I'd love to hear from you and what your thoughts are and what your experiences are, how aware you think that they are to what they are doing. So thank you for stopping by, and I'd love to hear your comments.